Hello everyone, Jamarcus here, and I'm here with week 3 of Mafia. We're faced off against Dr. Stein, who has a better team than me, frankly, although Terra Diancie and Miss Mag are pretty cool. I think they're both very good Terra captains, so I'm looking forward to using them. I've got an intriguing team, to say the least. I've got double low tier Unburdened Sweeper plus Thwacky. I've got a Glalie and a Samurai down at the bottom here. Not sure what they're on about. Samurai's my water type, I guess. But like some of this top tier, there's really good like mid tier Pokemon. I wouldn't say I have any like really big scary Pokemon, but I'll try and figure something out. As for threats from them, besides Lottie, Quaquaval destroys this team. I do have Grassy Glide to help against it, but it's not like that's gonna kill. Zapdos just with static is also fantastic and feels like everything, so gotta watch out for that. And then Tingler's just gonna set hazards. And I do have Defog, um, but then I can't bring my own hazards. Let's see what I brought. It's Mafia, so I'm not going to bring any old standard team. So, Thwacky, terrain setter. I'm bringing like hard terrain offense. Um, some Fizz-Def, quite a bit of SPDA, Grassy Glide knockoff, U-turn, and Leech Seed. I used to use this thing in PU quite a few years ago. It's pretty good. Then Miss Mag, first win con. Pretty much max Fizz-Def, but with SPDF nature. Calm Mind taunt, so I can't be whirlwinded by Ting-Lu. And then just Shadow Ball draining because hits the whole team. Unless they bring Terra Fairy Knuckle Stack. That would suck if they do that. But there's WinCon number 1. Here's WinCon number 2. Pretty much the same set with stored power and recover instead of taunt. Very Fizz-Def. This thing takes on Quaquaval pretty well. It'll probably live 2 triple axles if I have my defense boost. And then a little bit of speed. Don't remember what that's for. Maybe max speed Quaquaval, probably. Lead Infernape. I'm always leading this thing no matter what. Just Stealth Rocks. If they lead, Tinglu will taunt to prevent hazards. And then I get down to my Sash. I click Blaze Boosted Overheat and do a lot of damage is the idea. Third Sweeper, Grafii. Adamant, SD, Gunk Shot, Low Kick hits pretty much everything. Except Low Kick's actually really weak into Duraludon. It's only 40 base power. So I have Dig as well, which will do more, but it's not an ideal move to click. But it's all I've got really for Duraludon. And then backup Scizor. This thing's not that good this game if I'm being honest, but I didn't know what else to bring, so I brought Scizor. If all goes poorly, maybe this thing can sweep. But that's the team. What do I expect to see? Everything's good. I don't really think Houndstone or Lilligant are showing up though. And yeah, they don't. We do see the Knuckle Stack, so no Azelf, and no Duraludon's actually pretty nice for my Grafii. So I'm leading Scizor, or not Scizor, leading Infernape, and they lead Zapdos. I'm fine with this. Hoping they don't Thunder Wave. I thought about clicking Taunt turn 1, but if they just Hurricane me, then I don't get much out of the turn. So I just click South Rocks. They can court change them, but that's a turn they have to court change when I can set up. And then I overheat with Blaze Boost. It does a lot of damage. And they U-turn out. And they go Cinderace. Are they boots? They are. That kind of sucks. So I went Lottie because it's trying to prevent them from clicking court change because it like pressures them to click U-turn or something else. So I just come in here to click Calm Mind. Even though I don't have my Grassy Seed boost yet, I think it's still worthwhile pressuring this thing to prevent court change. But they end up being taunt, which is probably worse for me. My entire team can't do anything until they set up. So this thing is faster and prevents setup on everything, which is terrible. But seeing as they taunt, they probably don't have court change as well. And I can't Calm Mind, of course. The U-turn does 40, their max attack. In comes Wheezing, which was very surprising. What if I just click Psychic move the next turn? But yeah, I just Aura Sphere. I guess they just figured I have to be Stored Power, which I am, but I don't think Stored Power is the only usable Psychic move on this thing at all, even on setup sets like this. I go Thwacky, get my terrain up. I figured they probably won't Sludge Bomb here, they probably Fairy move, and they do. And I figured probably poison move coming out here, so I'm going to U-turn out and set up with a Grafii because they can't really do that much to me. If they burn me, that's fine. I'll just Swords Dance again. Yeah, there's the Sludge Bomb. I'm going to Swords Dance. They Strange Steam. They confuse me. Why wouldn't they? I'm going to Swords Dance again because if I Swords Dance again, then Gunk Shot will actually kill this if I hit. So I break through. I get a Swords Dance. That's great. I'm going to break through and hit a Gunk Shot. I am, and it kills. Fantastic. In comes Tiglu, which was surprising to me. Although I kind of just killed everything else, so maybe it's not that surprising. I'm going to low kick this thing. Just kidding. I ran out of luck, to be honest. I broke through Confusion, what was that, twice, and hit a Gunk Shot. I'll take it. They just Whirlwind, though. That's fine. In comes Thwacky, probably the best Pokemon I could have had brought in. Just lets me get a knockoff or a U-turn, something like that. I do just U-turn, and I go Grafii, figuring I can just low kick this thing, get some chip, because I really need chip on it for Lottie. Because I don't think I'm going to get enough Calm Minds this game to OHKO it with Aura Sphere, so they're just going to end up Whirlwinding me out. So I want to get this thing low. They set up a Spike, that's fine. So yeah, they're probably not Court Change. But they had a big Chopple, so they would have lived that low kick when I got confused. But I'm getting chip, I'll take it. They keep Spike stacking, that's fine. My sweepers are both Levitate, so they don't get affected by that. It's really just in fact impacting Thwacky and Scizor, which yeah, they take a lot, but they're switching, I mean Thwacky switches in more than once, but Leech Seed, as you'll see, is actually going to keep me pretty healthy this game. So I bring in Thwacky, I Leech Seed on their final Spike, and suddenly I'm back at full health, feels like. There goes Zapdos, die to Rocks. In comes Knuckle Stack, and I'm gonna knock off this thing because they're Terra Fairy, which is great, which means I can actually Draining Kiss this thing for decent damage. If they were Terra Steel, Draining Kiss and Shadow Ball my only moves, it kind of walls me. Although I kind of wall it as well. They Salt Cure, that's fine. I'm just gonna Leech Seed, try and keep this thing low. So they have their 3 spikes up, and now Rocks. So Scizor has 1 switch in, but hopefully it doesn't come to that, and hopefully I can just win the game with Lottie or Miss Mag. Tingler's not as low as I would like. Aura Sphere from Lottie at +1's not going to kill. I Grassy Glide, I get a crit, that's nice. I just want to get this thing in range of Recover so that I can switch out and start setting up with something. I figure this is a turn for them to recover, so I'm going to U-turn out into Lottie, get my Grassy Seed, and start setting up. So I Calm Mind as they Salt Cure me, not surprising. And I think do I Calm Mind again here? No, I Recover, right. And I Aura Sphere here, I know it's not going to kill, but I gotta get damage on this thing at some point, so this is that point. I Aura Sphere and I crit and I kill them. That was a high roll crit too, if they're SPDA. I don't know what their exact set was to be honest, but if that crit mattered, absolutely. In comes Cinderace. I didn't want to click. This was a hard turn for me because I thought Taunt was so obvious. It prevents me from clicking Recover or Calm Mind, turns you into Dark type to make you immune to Sword Power. So I clicked Aura Sphere here, thinking they would just taunt. They don't. They Pyro Ball. As I Aura Sphere, and then same thing here. I thought Taunt was obvious. I'm not just gonna click Recover because then I just take Salt Cure damage and now I'm dead to U-turn or close to it. So I don't click Recover, but they don't ever click Taunt, and now my Lottie's pretty much dead, which is too bad. I'll just die to Salt Cure. Good play. I really thought Taunt was coming out there. I bring in Thwacky and need the terrain up. Miss Mag is definitely going to need this defense boost to be taking hits from Cinderace and Quaquaval. Nice thing is, this Knuckle Stack has revealed all 4 moves. The best thing it can do to me is Salt Cure, which Draining Kiss is going to out-heal after I have some Calm Minds. And I can taunt their Recovers if I need to, but I don't really think that's necessary. Again, I'm just going to weaken this thing enough so that I can get in Miss Mag on a free turn. I U-turn, figuring they probably want to recover here, or if they body press, that's fine, I'm immune to that. They do recover though. And I'm going to start Calm Minding. They stay into sulk here, not surprising. And it's looking decent for me, to be honest. They go Quaquaval. I think I Calm Mind again here, don't I? Yep. And I'm gonna Terra Fairy Draining Kiss. Aqua Step doesn't do much, of course. Draining Kiss barely doesn't kill. And I'm just gonna Draining Kiss again. Terra Fairy might have been a misplay because if they're Gunk Shot, they actually just kill me. So I don't think I needed the Terra boost that badly. So probably a throw on my end, to be honest. But maybe they don't have Gunk Shot. Pyro Ball plus Gunk Shot hits my whole team, so it's not unreasonable. But maybe you want High Jump Kick for Crook or something. I don't know. So the Aqua Step again, I Draining Kiss. And they go Knackle Stack, which tells me they probably don't have Gunk Shot, because they would have just gone into it and killed me there if they did. So I just Draining Kiss, I know they'll 2-KO them. I Calm Mind so that I can actually 2-KO them. They recover again. I Draining Kiss, now 2-KOing them, and I should end this exchange at full HP, and then Sulk Cure damages me. Draining Kiss again, and yeah, Miss Mag, 88%. Hopefully I can take down the Cinderace. 2 Pyro Balls should not kill me, so it's okay to click, I do just click Shadow Ball, because if they taunt me, turn into a Dark type, that's fine. They Pyro Ball, they miss. I don't even think crit would have killed there. And then I Shadow Ball and take him out. So we win. Wasn't looking great for a while there, to be honest. But that crit on Tinglu really helped out. So there's week 3. Not a great team for me, to be honest. But I was working with what I was given. I ended up picking Scizor, so now I have Deoxys, Primarina, and Scizor. Next week we actually got last season of Mafia, so I'll be using Frozen Walking Wake's team, and I'm actually facing Frozen Walking Wake using my team. So we swap teams, that's funny, so I'm looking forward to that game. I get to face my team that beat everybody until I lost in semis. I don't know what I'll actually end up picking from my next week's team, but we'll see, since it's all low tier. That's week 3. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.